Okay, so now let's drop on some more tertiary details now that we kind of have this render set up. I was thinking we could perhaps add some more detail up here. This is looking pretty plain. Maybe make this a little bit more exciting. And I also had another idea. I won't spoil the fun, but it has to do with a little caged effect. There's a honeycomb add-on we can use. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. So first, let's get some detailing up in here. What I'm thinking is maybe we could do a similar design on this piece like we did right here. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to apply the booleans for this piece, just get them all locked in, add a separate data user to have access to those applications. Do the same thing for this one, apply these to other separate pieces, as you can see. Now what I'd like to do is drop in, let's see, you know what, to make this easier, I'll just go into top view. We'll add in a cube, scale it down pretty low, and then just scale it up on the X, so that way it's encompassing that entire thing. And then I'm just going to run a slice operation through here, so control / on the number pad, of course. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is tab into edit mode for this piece and duplicate it across here as well. So I'm going to move the boolean above the bevel. Same for this piece, so that way it's even. Maybe I'll drop the bevels on each of them just a bit, maybe 0.002 instead, or 0.003. Same for this one here, we'll do 0.003. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply the booleans. So as always, new data user to access that. We're going to need to do the same thing there. Geez, my my throat keeps drying up. It's the struggles of being a content creator, I suppose. Let's go ahead and, okay, we already applied them, so now I'm basically losing my mind is what I'm doing. I'm just going to move this to the cutters collection in case we need it again. So same idea for this one, we're just going to, let's add in a loop cut here, Control B to bevel, and let's just ramp up the bevel amount. Maybe we'll do like 20 segments. Do the same thing here, and then just roughly put it in the same spot. And then all I want to do is just go into face mode, control click to here, shift click, control click, then we'll press I twice and extrude down. So now we kind of have this paneling effect, which looks pretty decent to me. I don't know what you think. It's something that's more exciting than the generic effect we had already had here, so we'll leave that. And then maybe for this one we could add in, let's see, 2 loop cuts, scale it on the Z, go into face mode, alt click here, E to extrude, and then alt S to scale along the normals. Now it looks really bad, so we just need to change the miter type to an arc, and all should be well. And you can really begin to see how just simple little extrusions can just make things come to life a bit more. Now I also want to do a little bit of a honeycomb pattern over here, and then we'll figure something else out. But for now, you should still have that extra objects or extra mesh add-on enabled from the single vert, which means you should also have this extra objects menu here that has a honeycomb. So we're going to turn that on, and I'm just going to make the number of rows like 40 by 40, like that. Now let's just rotate this thing 90 degrees over the X, so now it's facing parallel to the gun. We'll scale it down, and I'm just going to put it right inside this area where it's pretty blank. Scale this down and then position it right about here. Now we're not going to scale it on the Z, or it's going to kind of compress the form. So instead, what we can do is first of all move this into place. It's a little bit difficult to see, so you might have to just kind of be careful with it. Whoops. It's an optical illusion doing that, so we'll just go into perspective, make it easier to see. So let's pull this out some more, a little bit more, and then I'm just going to, actually we'll wait to drop a solidify for now we need to get rid of all this extra stuff. So to do that, we can simply use a slice operation. So we want to slice this piece from this one. So if we do that, then it's going to use this as the slice object, which means it's going to disappear and turn into a bounds view. So instead, we need to go in here and duplicate this piece, right click to leave it, and we can just go ahead and apply all the modifiers in this case. That'll be fine. And then if we shift click on the honeycomb and press Control / on the number pad, now it's added a slice. So let's select the honeycomb here, and we're going to have to go in here and add a new data user to apply that boolean. So now if we go into edit mode, you're going to see now all of this is separate based off of how this is sliced. So if we just press L over these separate areas, just press L on all of them, we can press X and then delete out the vertices. We have some extra area over here to delete out, and now you're going to see now it's only affecting this portion of the weapon. So we can move this to the cutters collection, and then from here all we have to do is add on a solidify modifier and just give this some thickness. And there we go, now we have an even cooler design in here. So I guess the last thing I want to do is drop a material to it. Material 001 should be fine. And we are looking good. Okay, so in the next video maybe we can try out some test renders and see how this thing looks in the main rendering view.